everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Hope you guys are having an amazing summer so far. So we got a pretty fun one today. We're actually going to rank some videos, but I do have a few rules that I want to go over first. The first being I'm only going to rate the Resident Evil or RE engine games. So that means 4 Remake, 7 Village, 3 Requiem, and Resident Evil 2 Remake. Another thing is I'm rating these based on the trailers themselves, not from the gameplay or the game itself, I should say. So there are 6 trailers in total, and I want to rank them from best to worst. So 1 being actually the best, and number 6 is actually going to be the worst. Again, guys, this isn't like ranking the games themselves. This is just ranking the trailers themselves, and this has to be the reveal trailer, not the title trailer, not the final trailer. It has to be the very first thing we've seen when it comes to Resident Evil, but it has to show the game itself, not just like the title, you know? So we're actually going to react to some of these trailers, and then we're going to rank them based on what we feel about them. So this is Resident Evil 4 Remake. I remember first seeing this game and I'm like, I cannot wait to see more of this game, to be honest, because we initially just saw RE4, which was like just this logo here, or like the time frame it was releasing. That's literally all we saw. And I believe we've seen a couple of this stuff here too. I think we've seen like a couple of cutscenes, particularly that part in the beginning where we see the president with Leon. I think we saw that part. This is interesting because we never actually got to see this in the actual game, which is hilarious. But this was a really hype trailer. I remember this freaking vividly. Oh my god, this was an amazing trailer. I remember I was on my tablet and I forgot the event was actually happening. And you know, when this came out, I was pretty hyped. I was pretty hyped for it, and I wanted to see more of it. We didn't get to see much, but from this initial trailer alone was pretty freaking dope for me. It was extremely hyped for me. And here's Leon, of course. Yeah, this was so good. No, he wasn't looking around at this trailer. Okay, so it was like the other trailer, I think, after this one. So for Resident Evil 4, we're actually going to put this in the middle of the road here, only because we need a perspective of the other games first. But I don't know. I would rather give it like, because I don't remember these trailers often except for like Requiem, because it's still like fresh, but I probably will give this like a 3 for now, unless that changes. So next up is actually going to be Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Now for this game, I remember being extremely confused on what it was. I had no idea what this game was going to be. This is so loud. Oh my god. I did not know it was going to be a Resident Evil game at all. At this time, I wasn't following any news. I wasn't following any theories or anything like that. I think after RE6, the franchise kind of fell off for me. It's not until when they revealed this game to be RE7 that my hype for RE initially came back for the franchise. So this game initially just ignited that for me. Like, yeah, we had Rev 2, but you know, it wasn't the same either way. But the fact that they were going back to a horror game, like a full-fledged horror game, got my interest completely. But yeah, this was a really good trailer. I enjoyed the frick out of this trailer. This was a really good one. There was one part of the trailer that I was completely wrong for, and it's funny because we're coming in full circle, and I'll mention it soon here. Yeah, this was all in the demo. I actually do have the Baker Mansion house in the back here. It actually does play this song. Specifically when you remove the chimney and you spin like this, it's like a crank that you spin, and it literally plays this song. And also, I think this is the only trailer / game that actually had lyrics now when it comes to the Resident Evil franchise. I know 4 has like the ending. There are a couple games that do have like the end credits music stuff. I'm talking about like just the marketing and trailer and stuff. This is like the only one, no? Okay, so this is the part I was talking about actually, and it's the person in the wheelchair. My ass was like that which is Evelyn. That right there, I was like, bro, is Oswald E. Spencer back or something like that? After reviewing it again, I'm like, is that Spencer? No, that can't be, but it was Evelyn, you know. But we're coming in full circle because now we're all thinking that person in the chair in Requiem is Spencer yet again. Okay, so Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Did I actually enjoy it better than Resident Evil 4 Remake, at least the trailer? I think so. I think that's gonna go for number 2. Not only because it's like the only game with lyrics, or like a reveal with lyrics, but I don't know, I like the trailer overall better. It brought that hype into me. I was extremely excited for it. I was extremely curious about the game too. So I think I'm gonna put it over Resident Evil 4 Remake's announcement trailer. Remember, this is just reveal. I don't remember the marketing for Resident Evil 4 Remake afterwards. They do get better though. I remember that because the hype really does get better and better as like the trailers progress. But I think I'm gonna put Resident Evil 7's reveal trailer over Resident Evil 4 remakes. So the next one is actually going to be Village. His story comes to a close. Okay, so I remember being extremely cautious about this game. Let me turn this up a bit. I remember being extremely cautious only because I was like, this could be Resident Evil 8. This could be that game. I don't remember where they showcased this game in, but they showed this game and I'm like, and a lot of people did catch the Umbrella logo. I didn't catch it because the trailer moved way too fast for my eyes to see. But I was wondering, I'm like, is this 8? But yeah, I should have known when first watching this because that is Mia, of course. But I was still cautious. I was cautious about it. This trailer was absolutely hype. I love this trailer so much. Yeah, a little iffy here because I remember the frame rate being low on this part in particular for the trailer, but that's fine. It gets better afterwards. But yeah, the music for this freaking trailer just completely 100% nailed it, and I loved it so freaking much. I love this trailer. Again, I was just confused. I'm like, is this RE8? Nah, this can't be. This cannot be RE8. Again, there was the Umbrella logo. The Umbrella logo, if you guys didn't see it, I missed that completely, so I was still confused. The Matresk. But yeah, this game was just, this trailer was just super hype. Then there's the reveal. The initial reveal. I'm like, is this RE? It has to be, right? At first I'm like, Village? Nah. And I'm like, oh, okay, well the 8's revealed, so this is definitely, it was a really solid trailer. Then Chris at the end, yeah. I'm like, whoa, why are you shooting me? Chris, what are you doing? Yeah, so this game brought a lot of curiosity out of me and I could not wait. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game too. So Village was pretty hype. It was definitely hype for me when I initially first seen this trailer. I think I might actually put it over Resident Evil 4 remakes because this trailer right here was just heart pumping, man. That music that goes along with that announcement trailer was absolutely phenomenal. I had no idea what it was. It was unexpected for me. Obviously, I didn't see the Umbrella logo. A lot of people pointed that out when they watched it the first time. I didn't see it. But it was just, you know, it was just a hype trailer and I loved it so much. So I'm gonna put it at number 3, right under 7. But I don't know. I feel like I liked Village a little bit more than 7's maybe. I don't know. It's just the fact that 7's kind of surprised me more. I might have to put this in. I might have to put this in too. I actually do like Villages way more than 7's. I'm gonna be completely honest. Although I still think that 7's trailer is amazing. I just felt like I was more pumped for Village because of the music choice. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put Village for number 2 for now at least. All right, so for the next one, this is Resident Evil 3 Remake. Now, this caught me by complete surprise. I didn't even expect Resident Evil 3 Remake to come out literally a year after Resident Evil 2 Remake. Again, I wasn't into anything when it comes to like the theories, what's coming out, stuff like that. So it was completely unexpected. I saw this drop all of a sudden and I'm like, holy crap, are they really making a Resident Evil 3 remake? I hope it's good, but I don't remember this trailer often. I don't remember this trailer too well. Right, it starts as Jill running in first person, which is something that I actually brought back in the game itself at the beginning only. Just probably like one of the coolest sequence in the game was the game starting in first person. I thought stuff like that was pretty cool. I think they should keep adding stuff like that for future games, or at least when it comes to like these remakes. It should do more stuff like that. Again, it was just a random, yeah, there you go, and there's the Jill reveal. Yep. I was like, that's Jill? I was so freaking hyped for this game. I was so freaking hyped. Granted, Resident Evil 2 Remake was the previous game, so a lot of people's expectations for this game was extremely wild, man. Oh my god, the hype for this game was amazing. Just seeing this for the first time, it's so cool. It's so cool. I have to not be biased because Jill Valentine is my favorite character in Resident Evil. Oh man, when they show Nemesis the first time here, this part here when he's like bulking, oh my god, that was amazing. A freaking amazing trailer. Oh, and of course Resistance. By the way, we're not going to rank the side games. We're not going to rank Resistance or what's the other one, Reverse. So where do we rank Resident Evil 3 Remake? I like the trailer a lot. I did I like it better than Village? I think so. If you want me to be completely honest, maybe, I don't know. I think I liked it more than 4. Which RE3 remake, I think I liked it better than 4 remakes, to be quite honest, because I felt like I was more hyped for 3 because of this game right here. This was the previous game, so I had high expectations for 3, but damn, I would have to like rethink this, to be honest. It's pretty difficult because, man, I love these trailers. I loved all of these trailers, to be honest. So having to pick like a best to worst is pretty difficult here. But I think I'm gonna put RE3 remakes announcement trailers. Don't get me wrong, RE4's trailers beyond the very first one gets better and better and better. So but again, I'm only going for announcement trailers. So I think I'm gonna like 3s more than 4s. I think I like 3 more than 4, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this instead. So this is Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is probably one of my personal favorite reveals of all time. This was actually on E3. This was, I think, the last Resident Evil game to ever appear on E3. I remember this. Yeah, this is like the Brat's point of view. This was a really good trailer too. And the PS1 right there on the side too. It's crazy. And this came out in 2019? It was supposed to come out in 2018, but it got delayed. But hey, whatever they did with this game, freaking amazing. This might be... Keep flip-flopping. I don't know if this is my favorite remake or 4 is. I love both of those games. Like the survival horror side in me is like, yeah, I do like 2 Remake more, but I also do love the action. So, and I still think RE4 Remake is better, but I don't know. It keeps switching back and forth. I'm just babbling. And the zombie, then once that happened, everyone knew. Everyone 100% knew this was Resident Evil. Yeah, this was a really good trailer too. Then the Leon reveal, yup. So sick. Kind of crazy that they built a lot of Raccoon City, but made it extremely, like you barely played in it, and they didn't really use these streets for anything else, you know? Like they could really reuse these assets for like a multiplayer game or something. That would be amazing. There you go, the RPD. Oh, the bathroom, yep. Yeah, the atmosphere in this game was amazing. Amazing atmosphere. They kept the atmosphere true to the trailer, which you get in the actual game. Right, the mayor's daughter. Such a cool thing. The blood going up like the statue like that. Such a cool detail. And Ada, liquor, yep. This might be one of my favorites. I think this might automatically go to number 1. So Resident Evil 2 Remake, I'm gonna have to go for number 1. I just have to. This was amazing. This was an amazing reveal in my personal opinion. The atmosphere, everything, it was true to what the game was actually going to feel like, and I appreciate that very much. Not a lot of trailers do that, outside of Resident Evil, of course. I feel like they captured it perfectly when it came to the reveal trailer for Resident Evil 2 Remake. So I think it deserves the number 1 spot for me. And last but not least is going to be Resident Evil Requiem. Now this one's pretty recent, obviously. If you guys were not there during the stream when I streamed this particularly, I was baffled. I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to believe that this was a Resident Evil game, despite it looking exactly like an RE engine game. In the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, this is RE, but I did not want to get my hopes up, man. You know, just event after event and not seeing RE kind of made me convinced that we probably won't ever see it until it happens. You know what I mean? So this trailer was super cool to see. Again, I was in a lot of confusion. He actually said Ashcroft once that I didn't really pick up on the stream itself. It's not until when he said Ashcroft the second time where I was like, wait a minute, wait, I know this name. I couldn't think of what exactly who's Ashcroft specifically, like the last name, but my mind was definitely just running throughout this trailer. And honestly, I think this one is going to be extremely high on the list. You want me to be honest? I still remember this. Oh my god. Oh, obviously it happened recently, but just the fact how hyped I was and how conflicted I felt, because I'm like, bro, this can't be RE. But my mind was racing. My mind was like, bro, this is RE. I just didn't want to get my hopes up, man. I was in such denial, but everything was pointing towards it. Everything was just leading to it. I still didn't want to believe it. God, being tied up backwards or upside down is kind of, I still think that's Nicole Tompkins' voice. Not saying that's Jill. Could be a whole new character. I still think this possibly can be Spencer, which is coming in full circle because I said that was Spencer in 7, and now we have this Spencer like figure on that chair that I think it's Spencer again. That sounds like Carlos and Jill. Back in Raccoon City in the RPD. That's when I freaked out. So I'm like, RPD? There's no way. Yeah, and the Lisa Trevor like being this. I cannot wait for this game. I cannot wait for Requiem. I'm excited for this game. Where are we gonna initially put Requiem in? I know it's not gonna be in 6. It's not gonna be the worst, I'm gonna tell you that, because this is probably one of the best trailers out of all of these, if you want me to be completely honest. So I think I am going to, I gotta put everything down, right? Yeah, I'll put everything down. I think Requiem might be number 2 over Village. I feel like I'm more hyped for Requiem because I have no idea what's gonna happen. We don't even know if there's gonna be a main character in it, which is super interesting to see. And I love the fact that we are getting a new protagonist from the Outbreak series, and that alone, because I love the Outbreak series so much, that might go to number 1. Might. But I can't put 2 number 1s. I don't know, man. I don't know. Resident Evil 2 was just a surprise overall. Resident Evil 2 Remake was just a massive surprise. I don't think Resident Evil 4 should be in last place either. I think 3 should be last, and I think 4 should be over 2. I'm gonna leave 7 here. Guys, remember, none of these trailers are bad at all. It's just really hard to pick because I only get, you know, the best to worst, but all of these trailers are absolutely amazing, 10 out of 10s, but it's really hard choosing from like the best to worst. And I have to say Resident Evil 2 Remake has to go number 1 for me. Resident Evil Requiem is a number 2, hard number 2. Like probably like a Resident Evil 2 Remake is probably like 1 point more than Requiem in my opinion. Resident Evil Village, I was super hyped for this. Yeah, I was more hyped for 4 than Village, 100%. 3 has to go to RE4 Remake. 4 is going to be Village. 5 is Resident Evil 7, despite it having, man, but that trailer was solid though. The trailer was solid because it had lyrics. I might have to put this over Village. I'm telling you, this list could probably change in like a few days, but I will put Resident Evil 3 Remake for last for the announcement trailer alone. But I feel like this will be my confirmed list. I'm just gonna leave it like this because I feel like I'm gonna think about it too hard. But Resident Evil 2 Remake is going to be my favorite reveal trailer of all time. Number 2 is going to be Requiem. Number 3 is 4 Remake. Number 4 is 7. Number 5 is Village, and then number 6 is RE3 Remake. So this is going to be my initial list. Let me know what you guys think about my personal list, and be sure to let me know your guys' top 6 from best to worst out of these trailers here. Also, I do want to say I wanted to leave this to the end of the video, but I want to apologize for the lack of content. It is summertime. A lot of people are just vacationing. A lot of people are, you know, graduating, studying for finals. So the summertime for a lot of creators are initially slow. But we're gonna pick back the pace. We're gonna do more streams. We're gonna do more videos. I do want to do more ranking stuff like this, you know, more ranking and niche things like this, like ranking trailers. Maybe we'll do like the top 6 gameplay mechanics, like dodging, parries, whatever it is. Most importantly, guys, I want you guys to please take care of yourselves, be safe out there, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next time. And until then, guys, peace.